Welcome back to the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. It's the Afghanistan versus Ireland. First T20 of 3. It's a beautiful country, Afghanistan. Let's take a look at some pretties. Wonderful people, beautiful culture, beautiful country. This is what Ireland got asked to bat first, 149 for 6. The standout man once again with the bat, Harry Tector. 56 and 34 balls. Took his time when he first walked out to the middle because wickets were falling all around him. And he did play some really quality cricket strokes. Very belligerent on anything slightly short. And then later on in the innings, powered down the ground. He was very good up and over the leg side field. He was also very good down the ground and through the offside. And a man who's in wonderful form, and that half-century goes well with the 100 in the first ODI. The men to get the wickets: 1 for Ormazai, 3 for Rashid, 2 for McCarthy. Look at the wickets. That was Andy Balbirnie. Outstanding grab from Rahmanullah Gurbaz diving forward. It's not an easy catch to take, believe me. He's a great athlete. And next to go, Lorcan Tucker. I'm disappointed with that. He was trying to take advantage of the gap at 45. Came right off the toe end of the bat. Simple catch for the president, Muhammad Nabi. And it was enter Rashid Khan. Dismissed his opposite number, Paul Sterling. Comfortably taking the catch. He knew straight away as soon as he hit it. Wasn't too long before Rashid Khan registered another. Next ball. Curtis Camphor looking to play a similar stroke to Lorcan Tucker. Got his body far inside the line of the ball, exposed the stumps. And the wrong un does the trick once again. How about that? Bit of turn, which there was a bit of in that first innings. Ball gripping on the surface. Probably be a little bit different in the evening. Wet ball with the dew. Probably get the ball to slide on more than anything else. And Gareth Delaney looking to clear the onside field. He wasn't too far off. Fantastic grab by McCarthy. Had to extend the arms, had to time the jump perfectly. Did exactly that. So Afghanistan will need 150, and they allotted 20 overs. And we're in for what I think will be an exciting run chase from Afghanistan. Rahmanullah Gurbaz, player of the series on the ODIs. 53rd match, 1,367 runs. The important numbers, that strike rate, 138. He's got 100 in this format to go at 7 half-centuries. He'll be out in the middle with Siddiqullah Atal. This is his T20 career, of course. New ball will be with Mark Adair, no surprises there. Been outstanding throughout the series, going back to the test match in Abu Dhabi. Career best figures there, the ODIs. He's got 102 wickets in this format. And in pretty good time as well. Slippin, short third man. The backward point, very fine. And then a deep square on the leg side. 150 to win. This first T20 international. Devinder Kumar, how will they go about that? Very good evening to you.
Last, no, 8, half, 6, 5, salute, 3, 2, round.
Fascinating chase on cards.
Oh, pull shot straight away. It's in the air. Opportunity gone. Curtis Camphor completes the catch. Ireland could not have wished for a better start.
What a start. What a dramatic start to the innings. Gurbaz, a compulsive puller, gets a short ball straight away and finds the fieldsman on the boundary. Shot. It was going away from the right-hand batsman, getting the top edge. And very well judged catch on the boundary. Fingers pointing skyward. He made sure that his concentration was up to the mark. Celebration time for Ireland. Gurbaz goes for a duck. Afghanistan 1 down without scoring.
Oh, this one just nips off the surface and goes between bat and pad. But it's happening already. First ball of the innings, first wicket.
He's beaten on the inside edge on that occasion. Brilliant start already from Mark Adair. He's been troubling the Afghan batters throughout the Test series, ODIs, and now as well.
Fielder on the offside boundary. I like that position, especially at the start of T20 cricket. Saved a lot of runs. There's the first wicket.
Good shot ball. Well outside the off stump, trying to play that shot early into the innings. Excellent catch taken on the boundary.
Yeah, it's the height that he got the short ball that's done it for me here. Curtis Camphor's taken a great catch. But it was a very good delivery first up. Ramanullah Gurbaz, we know in this format, can be a little bit overzealous on that short ball. Wow. And this one's cut him in half.
Magnificent piece of bowling. Full commitment into the target that he wants to hit. Ball seamed. Pitching around the middle stump and further going away. Beautiful delivery.
Not many left-handers would have got their bat on that, I can tell you that. Again, very nice from Mark Adair. Ball swung around this evening. We saw that from Fazal Haq Faruqi as well in his first over. Just got the ball to nibble around. Adair's done the same in his first over.
And he's taken out Ramanullah Gurbaz for the second time in his career that he's been dismissed of first ball of a team innings.
Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again. End of the first over, it's 1 for 1.
Ali, you got it in you this one? I actually left. Middle. Thank you. Left arm over. How many adjusting?
1 for 1. Beautiful city of Sharjah. Josh Little. Good start. Joins the side for the first time in the series. A young man who's doing extremely well for himself in international as well as professional league cricket. 64th match, 72 wickets. Be interesting to see if he'll get the ball to move around a little bit. Josh Little.
Not much of movement for that he has to pitch the ball up like Fazil Faruqi. Was sensational in his first over. But different experience altogether for Ibrahim and Atal batting at this particular situation of the game because they lost to Gurbaz early. The trend setter, man who sets the tone for the innings, is dismissed early.
Yeah, some swing. It'll be a leg by. Wry smile from Josh Little.
Pitching outside the leg stump, further going down the leg side, but movement that will give him encouragement. Has improved himself as a bowler drastically in recent years. Plays for Gujarat.
It's up in the air, it's up in the air. You don't give Harry Tector an opportunity in the field. It's got onto him a lot quicker than he thought. And a bit of extra bounce as well. Ireland get their second.
Adair, troubling him in the previous over, was beaten on numerous occasions. Trying to force the pace here. Atal not quite in control of the stroke. Little bit of extra bounce. And a fine catch taken. Fine running catch taken. 2 wickets down. For 4. Atal goes for 1.
Starting here. And then I'm trying to come here.
Omarzai short of runs on this tour. He'll be looking to contribute tonight. Bowled him! He won't be contributing tonight. Ireland are on a roll. Their 3rd wicket in the 2nd over. Josh Little, you beauty.
Afghans are stunned, rocked back. 3 wickets inside 2 overs. Omarzai coming in with a lot of expectation. Little having his 2nd wicket in this over. Excellent piece of bowling once again, pitching the ball up. Excellent seam presentation, getting the ball to swing back into the right-hand batsman. He's celebrating, Ireland celebrating. They are on target. 3 wickets down for 4. Azmatullah Omarzai goes for a duck.
Mohammad Ishaq in at 5 after just 11 balls in the Afghanistan chase. Wow, Josh Little has literally got to almost deliver the ball and the batsman hadn't looked up.
Getting the top edge, trying to force the issue there, Atal, and then pitch up a delivery, swinging back into the right-hand batsman. On hat-trick.
Quick single. Good cricket. 2 overs done. Afghanistan in early trouble, 5 for 3. Well, 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 what a start for Ireland. After fighting hard towards the end of the innings, 58 runs in the last 5 overs, that just lifted the energies of the team to get them to 149. They would not have wished for a better start with the ball. Mark Adair. Swing. Slip in to the new batter.
He's been bowling beautifully. Started well in the first over, troubled Atal on numerous occasions with seam movement. He's getting the ball to swing around as well. Concerned look on the skipper's face. He cannot believe it, what's transpiring in the middle.
Six for 3, Afghanistan. Lowest total for which Ireland have taken the opposition's first 3 wickets in a T20I. That was at 4 for 3. They've had a couple more runs since then. Ramanullah Gurbaz is thinking back to the shot he played. Nicely done, Mark Adair.
When they play against a team from subcontinent, it's important to silence the crowd. That's what Pat Cummins did in the final of the ICC ODI World Cup. Good crowd in on this fantastic Friday evening, and they've been silenced by Mark Adair and Joshua Little.
Yeah, they were a lot more animated than they've been in the first part of this innings. Earlier on, top edge, 1 bounce, 4. That's what pressure does. And a slight celebration in the stands.
They want runs in some fashion. An attacking batsman trying to hit it downtown, taking the thick outside edge. Likes to hit it down the ground. He's an attacking batsman, has been promoted up in the batting order now.
In the air, just over Harry Tector at mid-off, and it will trickle into the boundary.
Aggression meeting aggression here. Ishaq trying to charge him down the ground. Fieldsman was in position at mid-off on the edge of the 30-yard circle. Widest delivery. Not quite middling it, just over the fieldsman at mid-off for 4. He's taking the charge to the opposition at the moment. Counter-attack is the best way in T20 version of the game. New to the international circuit, Ishaq. Experienced turbulence as a wicketkeeper.
Oh, that's big. That's big. Not that big. One bounce.
3 balls on the row, and the crowd is up on their feet here at Sharjah. They're dancing in the aisles of Sharjah here. 3 boundaries to give that massive relief to the Afghan fans here. Charging down once again.
Hasn't taken long for them to pick up. Couple of boundaries. 3 to be exact. And a change in field. Captain goes into mid-wicket position from slip. But you can see what Ishaq's decided here. It's going to be giving it back to them in the air. Finds the gap. Will go away for 4. Into the 3rd over. 22 for 3.
Why not, Joshi?
22 for 3. You won't believe it, it's been 18 runs since that 3rd wicket fell. 16 of them coming in the previous over.
Not quite in control of the shot, the second one. It's excellent delivery, just shaping away from the right-hand batsman. Ibrahim has been circumspect. That was a mighty stroke through the onside, just landing inside the boundary ropes. Was swinging in, got it wide of the fieldsman. Attack intent from the batsman.
Josh Little, the 2nd over. Looking for the quick single. Ishaq Ibrahim Zadran not interested. It's well bowled. Good length. And he's saying to Ibrahim Zadran, if you're going to hit me, you're going to have to hit me off that good length.
Ibrahim is a methodical player. He likes to take his time, assess the conditions, and then dish out the strokes rather than Ishaq, who likes to play with the mind of the bowler rather than thinking too much about the conditions.
Round the wicket. Josh Little. Good running. It's very good running. Called early, set off. Made the single comfortably. We've seen Fazal Faruqi in the ODIs and today as well. It's a Firebird production, of course, from Afghanistan Cricket Board. I'm pretty sure you've thoroughly enjoyed the pictures you've seen throughout the tour. We've certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. Down the ground, that is a beautiful cricket stroke.
An impressive stroke down the ground from Ishaq. Livening up the atmosphere here. Sweetly timed, just pitching up, trying to get the ball to swing back into the right-hand batsman. Coming from the central part of the bat. Sweet sound, straight down the ground, 4.
He's got 5 boundaries. That by far the most aesthetic one. Didn't know he had a forward defence in his armoury. Previous 5 balls to that had all gone for boundaries.
He's a nervous character when it comes to the crease. He likes to express himself. Different ways of tackling with the nervousness. Some players prefer playing shots, then settle down, and that's what he's going to do from here on. It seems 5 boundaries of the 5 deliveries that he faced.
That's a healthy looking timeline. And now the single. This is good. They have a good understanding between the two of these because they're getting those singles quite easily. End of the 4th over, 28 for 3.
.28 for 3, 4 overs gone at the moment. Ireland need 122 from 96 deliveries. 24 or 14 as a stand at the moment. Good support for Afghanistan. McCarthy into the attack. A good start from him.
Big spell this for Ireland. Barry McCarthy wants to pick up on the good work done by both Mark Adair and Josh Little in particular. Ireland's X-Factor bowler is back. All the talk coming in was about one man, Rashid Khan. But it's Ireland's Josh Little, with those 2 wickets in his 2 overs so far, that has put this game very much in Ireland's favour. Afghanistan still in it, but Ireland ahead for now.
That wicket of Azmatullah Omarzai was the wicket of this match for me. Late swing, wonderful bowler. Josh Little brings in a lot into the game. Game on.
Yeah, I think the way that Ireland started this was just outstanding, absolutely outstanding. They needed to get wickets early, they did that. They got 1 first ball with Gabaz, who is such an important player. And they picked up 2 with a score on 4, so 3 for 4. It was extraordinary work when Omarzai, who's a fine player, was also gone for 0 first ball. Swiping that on the leg side.
The thing that Little adds to this Irish attack alongside McCarthy is a higher velocity. And that's basically speed through the air. Very, very noticeable in the 3rd and final ODI. McCarthy had a huge impact on the game. He came in and bowled significantly quicker than Graham Hume in particular. So he came in and hit the deck and hit the bat very hard. Just being given some guidance here by his captain, Paul Sterling.
It's been a wonderful start by Ireland, but take nothing away from the attack. Ibrahim is shown. He came to face the hat-trick ball on his debut. He faced the same situation.
That's a terrific line. Nicely bowled by McCarthy.
Again, that's the pace I'm talking about, Hazy, there. I think he's beaten Ishak for pace. If you look at the makeup of the sides, the strength for Afghanistan is in their bowling lineup. That's why I think Ireland are ahead right now. You find 3 wickets in the power play, you'll win about 90% of your games. Rushes him, hurries him for pace. When McCarthy bowls at that line and length, he's very, very good. When he gets too full, he can be hit around.
This is a brilliant over so far. Just 2 runs from it. And another dot ball.
I think they missed on his singer. A bit of a fumble from the wicket-keeper. The character of Ishaq Rahimi is he'll not shy away, he'll try and attack. Came in, hit 5 boundaries off the 5 balls. The crowd is enjoying it. For a moment there was a pin drop silence, and that too because of the 3 wickets inside the power play. But the counter-attack from Ishaq Rahimi is what the crowd has enjoyed here. He's not going to shy away, he's going to try his shots.
Yeah, the big trick for Ireland, I feel, guys, is that here, yes, Ireland are in their comfort zone. Their strength is in their seamers. That's why they won that test match, that historic first test victory in Abu Dhabi. The question will be, with Gareth Delaney's leg spin, maybe a couple of overs of Harry Tector, who we saw bowl so much in the BPL most recently, will Ireland's spinners be able to get close to matching the quality of Karote and Khan and their impact on the contest? One thing's certain, the fans are loving every second, and even during a break in play, the cell phone torches are being turned on. Great atmosphere here in Sharjah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Terrific to see. Here's look, the wickets that have gone down. That was the first, Gabaz. Terrific line of that short delivery too. Couldn't control it, and he was gone. Fine catch. That was the second, also a gift. So at this stage it was 2 for 4. Very next ball, magnificent delivery. Little, unbelievable, just enough swing, late swing as well. That's why I've just got a little bit of a delay at the moment, because it's obviously getting greasy out there.
Well, the ball got a little high on Gurbaz, but that's one area that Gurbaz has to address. He's been caught out 31 times in his T20 international career, and that's more often than not fitching the ball from the outside and trying to play it towards the leg side. I think it was a little too early first ball of the inning and trying to hit for the glory shot.
Great homework from Ireland. He's such a key player, Gurbaz. Right, so things are sorted out again. This is a brilliant over so far, just 2 from it. Last ball. Cracked away. Sweeper in a play, it's only a single. Top over, 3 from it, 5 gone, 31 for 3. Two for 9 for Little. Brilliant work from him. McCarthy's backed up straight away. Ireland right now be over the moon.
Or maybe people watching it down from the moon. The game has become so exciting.
This for me is a big call from Paul Stirling. There'll have been a severe temptation to bowl Josh Little a 3rd consecutive over in the power play. Doesn't happen altogether too often, but he was in such lovely rhythm, and the power of a 4th wicket in the first 6 would have been huge. Instead, he turns to his wrist spinner, and Gareth Delaney has the unenviable task of maybe trying to fill the boots of Rashid Khan's wrist spin from the first innings.
Too much bounce. I guess he has to bowl early when the ball's not that wet. Get into the game.
It's a bit tricky margins, but I completely agree with Andrew on the point. Continue with Josh Little. Try and bowl another over, see if you can get another wicket. And if you take one more wicket, Afghanistan certainly will be on the back foot. Oh, that's quick running between the wickets.
And sloppy fielding.
And it's getting sloppier. Rather remarkably here, what should have been a single, I think is going to end up as 3. And even more remarkably, it's the sub-fielder. I think, if my eyes are still right, it's Ben White. All he had to do here was run across and pick it up. And maybe the 3rd run they possibly shouldn't have gone for, because even though it's not in the laws, there is an unread rule that if it does come off the batter, as it clearly does there, you don't tend to run the additional run. You think Ben Stokes, you think that World Cup final, that went to the rope. Nobody any complaints about that. Paul Stirling has a strong complaint right now, and you can understand why.
Yeah, it's all about the spirit of the game, really. You can run if you want to. Stirling clearly not happy about that, and letting him know.
And for those who know Paul Stirling, he is not one that gets animated easily, but he is a huge believer in the traditions and the prestige of this brilliant sport of ours. And he right now is reading 2 young men the riot act. Paul Stirling's been around 15, 16 years in the international game. These 2 youngsters haven't, and they're just being given a lesson by Ireland's captain.
Well, Paul Stirling has been quite a good instructor, I believe. Ibrahim Zadran this time around, agreeing that it went off the boot of the player.
Yeah, hit the back of the bat actually, and they ran a second one. Normally you don't do that. Normally you just say you're allowed, you can do it. It's nothing that you is in the laws about the playing conditions, but you shouldn't do it. That's my view. I agree with Paul Stirling.
And as a consequence, they got 3 runs to the total. They can't take it off the scores, but I think Paul Stirling has given 2 young men a bit of an education there. I thought he did it in the right manner too.
Yeah, they settled on 2 runs. So that was the right result in the end. That's gone for 4. That's nicely played. A little bit too short from Delaney.
Ishaq Rahimi, the man, 6th boundary to him. They say it that the best defense is the offense, and he is doing that. He's doing that to the Irish ball in attack. He's not scared of the situation, playing his natural game. That's so good to see.
And just to confirm, our scoring team will have work to do, because we have received confirmation from the match officials that indeed the additional run that they initially scampered was taken off, primarily due to Paul Stirling's protestations, and I guess both batters agreeing with his point.
Yeah, that's why there was some handshakes at the end of that. That's cracked away, that's gone for 4.
That's the class of Ibrahim Zadran. That's a cracking shot. The 2nd boundary in the over.
And it means there'll be 10 runs coming from that 6th over. It's 41 for 3.
Six gone, power play's done. 42 for 3 it is at the moment. Umpire will give confirmation, there it is. That means the 6 overs are up, which means the fielding places can be a little bit more relaxed. More protection.
And indeed, it's going to be wrist spin from both ends now. Just correct a couple of things. The score is actually 42 for 3, and of course Ben White, not a sub-fielder. He's on rightly in the playing 11, as we heard from Paul Stirling at the start, going with the 2 wrist spinners today.
So 4 inside the circle now is what it has to be. That's sliding leg side.
And these 2 leg spinners, very different kinds of bowlers. Ben White would be incredibly flat through the air. Delaney sometimes too, but he'll just try to skid them on. That one going to angle down the leg side.
That's nicely cracked and out. Couldn't have hit it straighter to him. It went like a rocket. He has struck. That is an important wicket, just as they were getting going. The partnership of 29 has been broken.
And again, all the talk about the return of Rashid Khan from injury. Here's an Irishman back from injury. The 25-year-old Ben White had a stress fracture of the back, brought into the team. He's got a good wicket-taking record in T20I cricket in particular. Maybe a little bit fortunate. He's picked out the man, and Barry McCarthy points the ball to the sky and says, "Thank you very much." Down goes that 3rd wicket. In fact, it's the 4th wicket, isn't it? It's Ishaq who's gone for 30, and it is now 41 for 4.
Right there, where the previous one was. I think he's up next.
42 for 4 now. Nicely bowled, perfect line, good length. Can't do too much of that rather than just stroke it into the covers.
Now, will Nabi have another wonderful day? He had a wonderful day at the One Day International against Ireland, got the first fifer, but that is the wicket. Ishaq Rahimi a bit unlucky, didn't see the fielder there. It's important that you know where the fielder are set up, straight into the hands of the fielder who shows it to the crowd. Barry McCarthy taking the catch.
Yeah, and we'll just try and keep you posted with the score. The reason that we have a few issues right now, Hazy, is that slightly controversial moment. The second ball of the 6th over, which should have just been a single. Ben White didn't field it particularly well. They might have got an overthrow. We're just trying to get confirmation as to whether that was 1, 2 or 3 runs that came off that delivery. And one thing is for certain, Afghanistan find themselves 4 wickets down here in the 7th over, needing 150 to win.
Nicely bowled by White.
Mohammad Nabi's got 89 not out in 30 balls against Ireland. It's the sort of the day that he has to repeat the same performance out here in the middle. A lot will depend on the couple out there. Ibrahim, Zadran, Mohammad Nabi have to finish the job for Afghanistan. Ireland should be very happy.
He's bowling a nice tidy line. That's keeping the boundaries down. Good stuff from White.
That will get us to the end of the 7th over, 45 for 4.
We good there, lads. Go halfway, lads. Go halfway. Come on. Line up, boys.
No, the score's right, yeah? The score's right, 47 for 4. 47 for 4, is that correct? 7 overs gone, 47 for 4 it is. We have done triple, quadruple checks. And it is 3 that was taken.
And Hazy, that was my initial instinct, that once they actually complete that 3rd run, we're referring back to an instant here in the 6th over. Okay, there's almost an unwritten conduct, isn't there, governed by the spirit of cricket, that you don't take that run if there's a deflection, albeit accidental, off the batter's bat or equipment or part of his body. And that's the point that Paul Stirling laid down with such force. But they cannot take those runs away. There was a handshake really out of good grace and nothing else after that.
So 102 required, 77 balls. Nabi's there. He's on 2 at the moment. Ibrahim on 11. 1 ball into the 8th over. Rate required is 8 and over at this stage.
And critically, we're now very much in agreement with the scoreboard, which is guiding the hopes and the thoughts of the home fans. Are a bit concerned at the moment. That required run rate over 8 runs per over now. Ireland very much in this contest, but the power and quality of Nabi and Khan to come.
Bottom edge. Or was it the stumping they're looking for? I certainly heard a little bit of a noise. Yeah, he's saying edge. He's saying bottom edge. That's what Tucker's gone up for initially.
Exciting times out here. Ireland looking very excited. Tucker thinking that he had the man, saying there was an edge.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard something.
And again, you could see from Paul Stirling's reaction, couldn't quite believe it. Here's one more look. Was it a little under edge?
Hard to tell on that slow motion replay. He's still there. 49 for 4. 2 balls left in the 8th over. Comparative score 54 for 2.
These two cricketing nations share such a great history and such a great rivalry. It always seems like there's a moment or two of controversy. And as you could hear there, well, Ireland were convinced they had a 5th.
The match official was not. End of the over, 49 for 4.
Well, 49 for 4. This game is beautifully poised. Ireland, you feel, right on top here. Afghanistan still needing another 101 runs. 5 bowlers used for Ireland. Barry McCarthy's going to have another crack here. Deep in his crease, Mohammad Nabi wants to. A couple of years ago, Nabi, you might have got back for 2. 50 up. What a game of cricket. What a man just to slide in alongside me. When there's a crisis, who do we turn to? Tino.
Not so sure how you'd want me to solve your crisis. I'm not the man for you. I'm not the man. This could be, though, for Ireland. Very impressive in the way Ireland have gone about defending this total of 149.
Well, you mentioned that total, Tim. I think it's a good score. I think Ireland got a really good score here today, mainly due to that really good finish at the back end from Mark Adair, but especially Harry Tector, who once again was outstanding for his undefeated 56. I think before a ball was bowled this evening, Tino, when Ireland were coming to Sharjah, if you said you bat first, you got 149 for 6, I think they would have taken it.
They most definitely will. And the air gone! It's another wicket for Ireland! And that's why I was saying this man could have the answers. How often does Barry McCarthy come into the attack and is effective with a wicket straight away?
And excellent from Paul Stirling. Get your tall fielders in key positions. Harry Tector's a tall man. A shorter man a mid-off, it would have just sailed over his head. Really good. You're spot on, Tino. Barry McCarthy, he makes things happen. Really good, Harry Tector. Ireland all over the men in blue. Zadran, uncharacteristically slow. Gone for 11, 50 for 5. Oh, we're loving life. It's Friday night. The lights are on in Sharjah. Afghanistan are 5 down. Debutant. Ijaz Ahmadzai, talented all-rounder. I tell you what, he's got a bit of work to do. He has got some serious work to do because Ireland are swarming all over the men in blue.
Barry McCarthy just getting a bit of extra bounce the ball before, and I think a little bit there as well. He's absolutely enjoyed that. Ibrahim Zadran, it's been a long struggle for him this evening.
Yeah, good bowling, terrible dancing. Must do better, Barry McCarthy. His dad's a better dancer. I've seen his dad dancing back in his club back in Dublin and Pembroke Cricket Club. Oh, good energy, it's good heat. It's the aggression he brings to the party here, Tino. Barry McCarthy just brings that little bit of extra aggression with the ball. He's not fast, but he's a bit quicker than you think.
Another cricketer capped at international level for Afghanistan. How many have we seen in the last series? He's another. Ijaz Ahmadzai. His list A career is just 8 matches, 190 runs, a couple of half centuries, so they've got a lot of faith in him.
Nabi on the pull. Ireland have really come out firing here. This is superb stuff. I'll tell you what, Tina, we got a cracking game. Ireland were so poor in the one-dayers. To come back and show this kind of, well, skill level and spirit, you must applaud that.
No, you should. And I think it was obvious coming into the series with the way that Afghanistan won those 2 one-day matches with confidence that they would carry that into the team. The captain coming into the side as well, Rashid Khan, and we saw the effects he had straight away. But Ireland have taken the bull by the horns this evening. Quick single. And this is good running. We've seen it all the way through this Afghanistan innings, even with wickets falling. 9 gone, 53 for 5.
Oh, it's game 1. It's tense. Ireland at the moment dominating. Little up front was good. Mark-Adair swung it. Spin's been effective now. Gareth Delaney for his 3rd. Useful part-time leg spin. Had a good World Cup down in Australia. Gareth Delaney with the ball. Drives the ball into the surface. Not a big turner. Tall man gets good revs on the ball, but not going to turn a past your outside edge. So that bowled an LBW is the wicket-taking ball. Nabi watchful. Ahmed Zayan debut. From an Ireland point of view, with the ball, you happy just to get through a few overs here, or do you sense maybe an opportunity to really go hard?
Now, I think at this stage, 5 wickets down, they know the importance of a Nabi being in the middle. They don't need to try. At the moment, they need that rate to go up. Because there's not much to come for Afghanistan after this. So I think it's important just to 2 new men at the crease. Nabi 6 from 8, Ahmadzai 4 from 4, and on debut, get a couple of quick overs in here with the spinners. Make them look up, and that 94 from 63 is suddenly 80 from 40.
So you're happy just to drive the rate up and create pressure, as opposed to maybe only use 5 bowlers, maybe going back to Josh Little and say, listen, give me one burst of 6 balls here, put this game to bed.
It's an option, no doubt. And that could work. Bring him back in. He's bowled magnificently. 2 for 9 in his 2. He might be able to get another, and as you say, put it to bed. And at the moment, I would just get 2-3 quick overs of spin in there. Not let them see where that's gone. Then you can give him a burst. But your option can work as well, Niall. Because a wicket now is lots of trouble for Afghanistan.
Well, Nabi's eyeing up down the ground. He's eyeing up down the ground here, Nabi. Delaney misfields, but that's a pretty tidy over. Just 6 singles off it. Halfway through the Afghanistan innings, 59 for 5, and players are going to have a well-earned drink. What's happening? What have you got here, chats? What's happening here? Huh? Bamyan. He played for... Get me there. What a spot. Beautiful. I just see you, Tina, having a little dip in the ocean there.
No, you don't. Believe me.
We'll have a dip tomorrow, T. Day off tomorrow, we'll go find a nice pool. There's some great water parks in Dubai, you know.
They are indeed. Weather's good as well.
What is happening here? They got 2.5 minutes off for a drink and they can't get ready. Come on, players. Where's the stop clock? Get the stop clock on the grounds, man. 60 seconds. Ben White to continue his, we call them leg breaks. He's not a big turn of the ball. Tormad drives into the surface, but Ireland, well, going on your thought process, Tina, trying to get through a few. Only 5 bowlers used. Very rare you win a T20 game with just 5 bowlers. They've got Curtis Camphor. They've also got Harry Tector, who's had a great game. Catches and half-century. You don't want to potentially use a 6 bowler too late in the piece. Googly picked, but no timing down the ground. Okay, you give me, Tino, you give me the Ireland's perspective. What about Afghanistan then? How did they match Ireland's plans and thought process?
Well, they know that they can't afford to lose one of these two in a hurry, as well as the next. So they just need to make sure they're looking for a boundary early in the over, running wild between the wickets, which they've done all evening. And then if there's an opportunity, boundary at the end of the over as well, because they need 9.26 to the over. So one boundary and good running between the wickets just might be good enough. But you want to get yourself as close to that 9 to the over as possible at the moment and still keep wickets in hand. Take nothing away from the young man, but you wouldn't expect him to score the bulk of the runs. Not on debut, not in a pressure situation like this. So it's on Nabi's shoulders.
Googly again, at the back of the hand. This is good from Ben White. He's showing really good control and not afraid to toss the ball up there. Have a look at this, Tino, at the back of the hand.
That's well bowled. He's not afraid to bowl it. Ben White.
Very good, very good.
Just tell us the boundary early in the over. Why is that so important?
It sets you up for the over, doesn't it? It puts pressure on the bowler, one, and it releases pressure on you as the batters. Look at this over already. 5 balls bowled, no boundary, and just 3 runs. That's the problem. If you don't get that boundary, then you're falling behind on the run rate. It was 9.2, it's now 9.6. And with a single at the end of this over, it'll go a lot closer to 10. 9.67. 63 for 5.
Smashing atmosphere here in Sharjah. Game 1 of 3. You're a bit quiet. Bit quiet in the stands. Ireland on top. The game can turn quickly. Now, we spoke about it, Tino. Trump card, left arm pace. Let's see if he's going to Josh the ball around or over. He got the ball to swing early on with that first rock. First over, he's going to go round the wicket here. Paul Sterling trying to kill this game dead. Bit extra pace on it. A welcome change really for the Afghanistan batters who've been battling to get spin away.
Yeah, that was the other thing, is when you bring the faster bowlers on, then it makes it a little bit easier with the ball coming onto the bat. Greasy outfield, so you can see him trying to dry the ball. It means the ball will slide onto the bat, a little bit easier to get away.
That would have been a wide. In the end, finds the sweeper. Josh Little going for that wide Yorker. And we have a little look at Ireland's fixtures for the World Cup. Here we go. Afghanistan, Uganda. It's going to be a tough one for the Ugandans. New Zealand and Guyana. That's a cracking encounter. You think Guyana, the venue of Providence, will suit Afghanistan and their spin bowlers. PNG. Also got West Indies. And St. Lucia misses out in the full toss. So look at that. I tell you what, if you're an Afghanistan fan, you're licking your lips, Tino.
You absolutely are. And you're thinking we're going to be an opportunity here to be right up in the top of that table.
So chuffed for the team at the top there, Uganda. Might be a wide. What happened to Uganda? How do they get in, Tino? How do they get to the World Cup?
You don't know? I'll give it to Uganda. They had an outstanding tournament in Namibia at the back end of November into December. They had to beat Zimbabwe to go through. Of course, 2 teams went through from that 7-team qualifier. Zimbabwe lost the opening game to Namibia and were under pressure, couldn't afford to lose another. And they did to Uganda.
Lovely touch. That is gorgeous. Extra pace on. We thought maybe it may play into the hands of the Afghanistan batters, and that was gorgeous.
Yeah, thoughtful cricket. You need 10 to the over, yes, but it doesn't mean you have to be slamming at every delivery. Look at that. He's conscious of where the fielders are. Just opened the face, got it in the gap with the pace. It's forced Sterling to have a conversation with his bowler. Think about a field change, which they haven't.
Yeah, I've been following cricket in Uganda for a while now. My brother Kevin has spent some time there. Great to see the associate sides flourishing. Think of all the Ugandans playing now. Chance to play the World Cup against the best in the world and test themselves. That's what you want as a cricketer. That is what you want. The opportunity to expose yourself against the best in the world and have a great day out. It can change people's lives. I think back to Ireland all those years ago, back in '07, changed cricket in Ireland forever. And I've no doubt if Uganda can go and put a good show on themselves, cricket in that region will just continue to thrive. Pace off. To finish, it's a good over though for Afghanistan. 8 off it, 12 done, 71 for 5.
Isn't this set up beautifully? Afghanistan just a little bit behind at the moment, you would say. If they are going to win this game, they've got to match that searing acceleration that Ireland produced when they scored 58 from their last 5 overs. Ben White now, his 3rd over from the pavilion end. It's high on the bat. They'll come back for 2, and they'll make it.
Good evening, Brian. It's not going to be easy. We know that in the last 20 matches, 145 plus has only been chased twice, and that too by Sri Lanka. One time it was against Afghanistan, so it's quite a heavy task. The man out there, Mohammad Nabi, can do it. Certainly he can. He has the ability to hit hard and long sixes. He's done it against Ireland. His personal best 89 not out is against Ireland. What a huge task for the debutant, Ijaz Ahmed. He's a good batsman. A lot will be playing in his mind. It's not easy. It's a lot of pressure. International match. It's not easy.
Yes, Fidai, we know all about Nabi against Ireland. That 89 actually came off 30 balls. It's good bowling this by White, though. Varying his pace. This partnership now is worth 24.
It's almost run a ball partnership, but they'll need to do more and much better than this. The required run rate is already above 10. They need to take one boundary in every over from here. One boundary is a must if you want to win this game. Ireland, on the other hand, will be looking to break the partnership. That's what they need.
It's called a no ball. The catch is taken. They're celebrating out there. They don't know. Well, goodness me. Ben White, what are you doing? You've got to keep your foot behind the line.
Are they not listening to the cheer of the crowd? They're not going to cheer for the wicket. The moment it went into the hands, they knew it was a no ball. Interesting to see. Something has to be behind the line.
It's tight, isn't it? Very, very tight. And now the Ireland players are complaining. They've seen that replay on the big screen. Well, this is remarkable. It's been called a no ball. You could argue that Ben White, as a spinner, shouldn't be getting his front foot quite as close to the line as he did. Now the umpires are consulting. Paul Stirling saying, surely it can't be a free hit.
So you'll contend only with just the free hit. I think he's asking for the wicket, and that too of Mohammad Nabi. It's interesting what happens here. The umpire has already made his decision. He's called it right. So you can argue Mohammad Nabi must have heard the no ball shout, and that's why he went for the shot. So quite an interesting, a very heated debate out there. You can see the Irish camp doesn't look happy about it, absolutely at all. The umpire is just trying to explain a fact that the way I saw it was nothing was behind it. The line belongs to the umpire. Jonathan Trott too looks a little bit animated.
Josh Little now is trying to explain to the umpire. You can see Paul Stirling's reaction. Not the first occasion this evening when Stirling's not been wholly content with what's going on out there in terms of the officiating.
Well, umpire is an umpire. He's made the call, and that's how it is. That's how the game is. And that's what he tried to explain to Josh Little. Said, I've made my decision.
Well, when all's said and done, we've now got a free hit. Well bowled by White. Nothing Nabi could do about that other than bunt it down the ground for a single. Well, this match has had everything, hasn't it?
Absolutely, we've seen almost everything in it. Very exciting phase this. 72 runs, 44 deliveries. And on a free hit, that was really well bowled. Didn't give any room to Mohammad Nabi to free his arms. Kept it only to 1 run.
You want this one? Yeah,
And now this being called a wide, and again Ireland not happy.
Well, it's because he moved across. He took his back foot off. So all of a sudden, White is trying to explain he's moved.
Pulled away and out. No ball this time. Curtis Camphor takes the catch. Ahmedzai, the debutant, has to go. And Afghanistan is 6 down.
Yeah, he didn't look very happy with the decision, right? So he told the umpire that this time it is out. Look at the reaction. It's interesting if we get to see it. Ijaz trying to hit a big shot. That's his favorite area. But this time around, not able to clear the field there. That's a good catch taken. But White looks very animated, very happy. Ijaz Ahmedzai on his debut makes 16 departs. Afghanistan a bit of a trouble, 79 for 6.
Well, one debutant goes and another one comes in. Karote in at number 8. Capable player. Look at that strike rate. Oh, what a fantastic piece of bowling. Ben White, come on, yes. That is a fantastic delivery. And Karote, his stay at the crease on debut is a very, very brief one. The briefest of all.
When he comes to bowl his last over, he'll be on a hat-trick, and why not? What a beautiful delivery this is. No clue at all. Turns around, hits the off stump. White looks very, very animated. Karote on his debut at T20 departs for a golden duck. Afghanistan 79 for 7.
So he's going to be the 3rd player tonight on a hat-trick. It was Josh Little and Rashid. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. The captain's back after a 4-month absence through injury, and he's got it all to do. In at number 9, a very, very capable batter. Look at that strike rate. But Afghanistan still requires 71. Delaney now from the Sharjah club end. Nabi down to long on. Was Adair in a position there to come in and take the catch? But let's have a look at the 2 wickets in that last over from White.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 brilliant deliveries to get rid of the 2 debutants. Ijaz Ahmedzai first, and this was the peach of a delivery on the middle stump. Turning away, no clue at all. He'll be on a hat-trick, the 3rd in the match today, as you rightly earlier indicated, to be on a hat-trick.
Well, Rashid Khan and Mohammed Nabi, you couldn't have 2 more experienced players in this sort of situation. Vast amount of cricket they've played. It's going to take all their experience here, though, to get Afghanistan close to their target. Again, the ball, a little bit damp. Delaney taking his time, getting the towel off the umpire.
It's a huge task for Afghanistan. 69 runs in under 39 balls. You think is gettable looking at the T20 format, but seeing how Afghanistan has been playing, the ball has not been coming on to the bat for them. They've not been able to clear. You see how...
Very good, guys. Keep going.
That was White's first wicket. And that's his reaction to the umpire. I think he might be in a little bit of trouble there, Ben White. Clubbed down the ground by Nabi. That's Nabi power. Oh, he hits the ball hard.
That's brute power. That's really well hit. Mohammad Nabi waited for it. Dilani gave it some air, and you can do that. You can invite the batter to go for the shots because you want to go for the kill. But Nabi's up for the task, straight as an arrow. Dispatched for a boundary.
Nabi just requires 11 more runs to become Afghanistan's top run scorer in this format.
His star's been on the rise. He put together the 6th wicket, second highest partnership in the one-day format with Azmatullah Omarzai, 242 runs. Then got his first 5 against Ireland. Can he become the highest run getter for Afghanistan, the T20 eyes?
Keep going. Next ball.
6. Well, I've seen Nabi hit plenty of those in my time, and he's hit another one there. That's a wonderful on drive. 14 overs have gone. Afghanistan still very much in this match. They're 91 for 7. Well, Ireland got 58 from their last 30 balls. Afghanistan need 59 from 36. Hat-trick ball. And has he got the hat-trick? Or was that a little bit of kidology from Lorcan Tucker? Shake of the head from Rashid Khan, a wry smile from Paul Sterling. And at the end of it all, it's a dot ball.
Well, there's certainly not a good chemistry going on between Izzatullah Safi and White. He thinks he has his man. I believe there's some gap. Always animated wicket keepers. They think every ball that they get, think it's a wicket.
And there's still chat going on. There's something being said there to Rashid Khan. Balbirnie, I think it was, at short third man. Rashid's gone over and had a chat with him. Tucker's in the mix as well. And Rashid's response is to slam the ball down to long off. Just a single. Rashid's been there and seen it all. And boy, he hit that hard. I suppose technically you could say that was a caught and bowled chance, but White would have lost a few fingers had he gone for it, I think, in the end.
I like the way you put it. Wild loose fingers.
It's gone up very high indeed. And the catch is taken by Tector. That's 4 for Ben White. Nabi is out. He doesn't become the highest run scorer for Afghanistan this evening. But White, what a story. He's been the man who really has led Ireland into a very strong position in this match.
Absolutely, what an evening he's had. He missed on his hat-trick, but he'll take the wicket off Mohammad Nabi. He was a bit away from him, tried to go for the shot. Got the height, couldn't get the distance, safely taken. The hope for Afghanistan was Mohammad Nabi departs after making 25. Afghanistan in much trouble now, 92 for 8.
Naveen ul Haq, the new batter. It's a career best for Ben White, and the best figures for Ireland against Afghanistan in 2020 internationals.
He's got 2 more deliveries to bowl. Can he get his 5? Or we've been looking at milestones. He's bowled brilliantly tonight. Animated. That's the wicket of Mohammad Nabi. Was away from it, went to fetch it. Safely taken. Fielding's been top-notch from Ireland today.
Oh, yes.
He's high on confidence. A lot of adrenaline at this time. Running around his body. Top figures that, 4 for 18. Ben White, great job.
That'll be a wide. Single for Rashid Khan. He keeps the strike. That's the end of Ben White's fantastic spell. 4 overs, 4 for 20 for him. Afghanistan 95 for 8. Ben White back in the side after a stress fracture of the back. First time he's played since the match against India last August, and what a comeback for him. Barry McCarthy now. He's got 2 overs of the 5 remaining left to bowl. It's going to be very interesting to see how Paul Stirling plays this. Rashid Khan is the key man. They want him to face as few deliveries as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Or try and get him out as soon as you can. Well, you'll tell Ireland is in a more comfortable position because Afghanistan does not have any more batter left. Only Rashid Khan out there. He's got a big job to do. 11 runs in every over, 12 runs in every over. It's a big, huge task. Yes, there's due. That's why Rashid Khan decided to bat second. But 151 is the average score on this ground. So Tector did the job for Ireland.
Good work from Delaney. That ball was hit very powerfully. And this is a good result for Ireland. Here's Ben White's figures, confirmation it's his best bowling in this form of the game. The 2 figures below tonight's effort in the T20 European qualifier. It took place last summer. This is why I was suggesting perhaps it would be a good idea if Ireland could get Rashid off strike. Every ball that Naveen eats up, doesn't go for a boundary, puts extra pressure on Rashid.
Absolutely spot on. And then McCarthy doing McCarthy things, throwing the short pitch deliveries at the tail end. Naveen ul Haq.
Another single. That doesn't cut it as far as Afghanistan are concerned, but the positive is they've got Rashid back on strike, and while Rashid is still there will be belief.
Well, 48, his highest, is against Australia. That came in the losing cause, but it was in the World Cup. He was just one boundary away. He has that habit of batting cameos, quick run, 11 balls, 30 runs. He just has to do that. It was something so extraordinary on his return. He's done it with the ball. He's got to have to do it with the bat.
Sure, he's trying to compute how to go about this pursuit. Which bowler is he going to target? Both Delaney and White, the two spinners, are bowled out. Paul Stirling's nailed his colours to the mast. Looks as though he's going to go with just the 5 bowlers this evening. So the overs are going to be shared between Barry McCarthy, Mark Adair and Josh Little. A lot of thought now being given to field placing. It looks as though a wide Yorker might be coming. Third man's coming up into the circle. Deep point has gone back to the boundary and backward of square, and cover is also very square. Fine legs now coming into the circle as well. Mid-wicket is going out to deep mid-wicket. And that's the end of the over. 4 overs to go then, and Afghanistan with an uphill task. They need 52, they're 98 for 8.
Got the bottom line, 52 required, only 2 wickets in hand, 24 balls, that's all they've got. Rashid and Naveen ul Haq, 2 and 5 respectively. Rashid on 5, he can be dangerous. But Ireland have been sensational today, picking up wickets right at the top, having them 3 for 4. That was unbelievable work. Third wicket, second and third wicket, and 2 and 2 balls. That was brilliant work, and then chipping away again. And the score's on 79, getting the 6 and also the 7. So every time there was a little bit of a game break, they just pegged them back beautifully. Comparative score, by the way, Ireland were 100 for 5. So it's 98 for 8, 100 for 5. That's a full toss. It's been hit well, but a straight to the fielder, and it's out. So that's another one. Brilliant stuff. Little comes into the attack, and he picks up his 3rd.
Little, a wicket taker, breaking the bone of Afghanistan cricket team now. Rashid Khan, the captain. Only person with the ability to change the course of the action is perished. He's caught by Tector. Full toss, trying to smash it down the ground, wanted to hit it through the onside, and went high up in the air. Good running catch taken by Tector. Rashid Khan, it's out for 5. Afghanistan falling apart, 98 for 9.
So 9 down, plenty of runs required, not many balls left, and it's Farouk who's out there now. Tector, by the way, becomes the first Ireland player to pick up 4 catches in an innings. Brilliant work from him, and he batted beautifully as well. Oh, everyone's starting to go now. They've realised that's it for Afghanistan, I think. He's trying to get a 4th, Josh Little. What a performance from Ireland.
Brilliant. Full toss, trying to smack that one down the ground. They needed boundaries. Excellent catch by Tector. They've been absolutely brilliant from the word go, getting 3 early wickets, setting the tone in the bowling department. And since then, Ben White, absolutely fantastic for the team.
Scrambling 1. Tector's had a brilliant game, 56 off 34. He's involved in a partnership right at the end, 42 off 18 between him and Adair. He was hitting all those runs and got them to the 149. He's now taken 4 catches as well. What a game he's had. Not the only one. Ben White, 4 for 20. Josh Little, he's got 3 for 18 at this stage. There he is. There's Harry. Well played. Fine game from him.
Excellent performance from the batsmen, late order batters, and then the bowlers up front.
Down the ground, but not very far. No run.
Afghanistan coming into this game with Rashid Khan in the side, looking for that inspiration. And this match is also available on YouTube channel for Firebird Universe.
Tell you what, this is setting up this series unbelievably well. 3 T20 internationals. That's crunched away to the sweeper. It's only going to be 1. So you've got 3 T20s. Afghanistan are going to go down here, I'm sure. So that is going to be a little bit of a surprise, I guess, for Ireland winning the first one, but they've been magnificent today. That means Afghanistan are going to have to play really well in 2 days' time. Then there's another one straight after that. Could easily be 1-1 coming into the 3rd game. What a beauty this could be. Paul Stirling will be delighted with his charges today.
Magnificent response from batters in the late order and then the bowlers up front.
Change of pace. Good stuff from Little. Died that one. Nicely bowled. End of the over. Just 1 from it. That's brilliant work from Little. 3 for 18 he gets. 99 for 9. So there's a look at the batting card for Afghanistan. Gabaz, that was first ball of the innings. He's such a key player and was a very well directed short delivery, well outside off stump that he couldn't control, and he pulled it straight down the throats. Adair now.
$100 up for Afghanistan. Lot to address before coming into this second game. Afghanistan, will they make changes in the batting department? Will they think about having more experience in the side in the batting department? A lot depends on how the top order performs. They failed today miserably.
The spinners were brilliant. Rashid Khan 3 for 19. Korote 2 for 16. Naveen or Haq none for 52. He got absolutely pasted. That would have been devastating for him, I'm sure. I don't think the field placings were totally correct for him either with what he was bowling, if he was meant to be bowling that. That's cracked. That's gone miles. That's a good shot. That's almost gone out of the ground. What a fine blow that is.
Naveen Ulak going for runs while bowling, trying to take some revenge back from the bowlers. Just dropping it short. Hard tracker. And slammed away into the stands for a 6.
Another few inches would have hit the top and gone over the ground. Yeah, that's right. Not a bad shot.
Now then, nothing changes. 3 men on the boundary on the onside. Square leg, mid-wicket, men at the long on region. Fine leg is going up in the circle. Men at the mid-off going back on the boundary on the offside. 2 men on the offside. 1 at the sweeper on the offside. Long off in position.
Saw him going for the tripod shot and changed his line. Wide is not given because of the movement in the crease. There's the tripod coming out. Opens himself up, I guess, both sides. It could have been called a wide, I suppose. But he decided to go as wide as he could and was hoping for a legal delivery. He got away with it. 9 down, Afghanistan. Previous 23 games, Ireland have not dismissed Afghanistan. Haven't got all 10 wickets.
They've been brilliant over the years in T20 version of the game, in white ball cricket as well, especially in United Arab Emirates here.
Let me just correct that, sorry. They've done it once, so this could well be the second time. Looking to go down the ground and high, but trickled to long on for 1.
Formality left for Ireland from here on, but Afghanistan, they need to do a lot of soul searching coming into the next game. How to go about the business of batting at the top of the order. Gurbaz perishing early, trying to take the attack to the opposition from the word go. This has been disappointing batting performance from Afghanistan. Not expected. Good crowd as well, with the expectation of Rashid in. Stronger batting unit. More fieldsmen coming inside the circle.
Faruqi now. What can he do of the last ball of the 18th over? Play a very solid 4 defensive shots. 107 for 9. Just 12 balls left now. McCarthy ball the second last. It's given that everything, that's gone over the top and it's gone for 4. Under 40 now.
Some entertainment for the crowd here. Late surge from Naveen Ulak. Just flying to the ball well outside the upper stump, just throwing his bat onto it and getting it over the top of the fieldsman. A boundary. Full throttle. He gave everything onto that.
Amazing, he just went for 10 runs, actually, McCarthy, before that delivery. 1 for 10 off 3 overs. Brilliant work from him. Can Naveen Ulak do this delivery? Along the ground, straight, not running there. He's seen enough of those 4 defensive shots from Faruqi.
He wants to contribute with the bat, provide some entertainment to the crowd. Knowing the last spare on the ground at the moment for Afghanistan.
I'll tell you one thing that's been very noticeable all day today. The fielders, and Sterling has been extremely busy. There's been a couple of fielders, there's 3 of them, Sterling, the one that is doing the job I'm about to mention at the moment. They've been drying that ball with a rag. The bowlers haven't had to do it. So the fielders have been doing it for the bowlers, which has meant that the bowlers have been able to concentrate on their work, I suppose, and not worry about having to dry that ball. It's always been the fielders have been doing it. It's been relayed back to the bowler, and they've just picked it up and started thinking about their work.
And that's the beauty of team sport, working together, taking the responsibility, fulfilling the responsibility, keeping the shape of the ball, keeping the ball in good condition.
Conversely, Afghanistan's bowlers were doing it. They were drying the ball as best they could when they were bowling. There you go. You see McCarthy just spending quite a bit of time just walking back and thinking about what he wants to bowl. Surely this game's done, but he's still putting in. That's in the slot a little bit. Spit out. There it is. They've done it. What a victory that is by Ireland. Outstanding work. They'll be so pleased with this. It is a big win. It's the second time the last 23 games that they have bowled Afghanistan out. So that is a big victory. The captain, Paul Sterling, will be absolutely delighted.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Impressive performance from Ireland. Trying to whack that one out of the ground. Straightforward catch. The catching outstanding throughout the game from Ireland. Catching in the deep. Batting contribution from Harry Tector. And bowlers responding early on from the challenge that was thrown by the captain against the quality opening combination. 3 wickets early, and from there on it was always going to be difficult for Afghanistan to pull off a victory.
Just a mention about the performance again from Harry Tector. He's only the second player in T20 International to score a 50 and also take 4 catches in the same match. So what a blinder he's had. Really good work from him. Ireland getting up by 38 runs. That is a proper victory. Captain will be delighted, absolutely delighted with this work. That sets him up nicely in a 3 T20 series. To win that first one is so important, puts so much pressure back on Afghanistan now. As you look at the batting card for Afghanistan, they were in deep trouble right at the top. Lost their first wicket with the very first delivery. Then they lost 2 with 4 on the board. 3 for 4 they were. And they've got to look all the way down to Ishak for 32 off 21. Nabi 25 he got in the end. And that's about it. Nelson, 1-1-1. That's what they made against Ireland today. And didn't even get to bat 19 overs. It's Afghanistan's lowest total against Ireland.
They needed partnerships, not many at the top of the order. 0-4-0, 39 of 28. Just building the innings together, giving a bit of hope with Ishaq with some counter-attacking shots. 29 of 29 between Nabi and Ahmadzai. The rest of them failed to deliver.
And the spinners have had a ball today. Outstanding work from Ben White. 4 overs, 10 dot balls, 4 for 20. I mean, that's a magnificent performance. It really is. Little 3 for 18. McCarthy picking up 2 for 14. His numbers were good as well. So all-round Ireland, brilliant work. Here's a look. That's the first wicket to go down. Gabaz. Beautiful line with that short delivery. Couldn't control it. Well caught. Very fine catch. They knew how important Gabaz was, and they got him. So really good stuff, and the wickets tumbled after that. That was the second wicket going down with 4 on the board. That was the third. That was magnificent work from Little. Got 2 and 2, bringing it back superbly. And then there was just a little bit of fun. The boundary was hit over the top as well, just over the top, almost the 5th catch actually. When I think about it, that was very high indeed for 6. A little bit of swing and more runs.
And dishing out the shot, his favourite stroke, but resulting in a downfall for Ishaq, caught on the boundary. And Ibrahim caught at mid-off, trying to give a charge. And the bowling magnificent throughout the game. And Nabi trying to take the attack to the opposition, caught on the boundary. Good tumbling catch, but it was called as a no ball. And getting a short ball, and was held beautifully on the boundary immediately. Pitch of delivery first up, and Karote was dismissed. Afghanistan losing wickets in a heap. Last hope resting on the batsman Mohammad Nabi, playing one big shot and then going for the big booming shot to catch up with the asking rate, was held.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Ben Little. 4 for 20 in the end. His return, that was a full toss, which is comfortably taken. Good work again from Tector. just slammed for 6. That was a fine shot out of the screws, and that picked out the sweeper perfectly. Delaney after bowling McCarthy for 13, and Afghanistan were all out for 1-1-1. Nelson dismissed on that devil number.
Afghanistan winning toss and inviting the opposition in, 149 for 6. Outstanding innings from Tactor, making that contribution 56. Afghanistan all out for 111, no major contribution, 4 wickets for whites. Ireland winning by 38 runs.
Yeah, the spinners had a great time, that's for sure. Righto, we're going to take a break. We'll be back shortly for the post-match presentation.
Yes, hello and welcome to the post-match presentation for the first Ireland versus Afghanistan T20 I match 2024. We've seen a dramatic and highly contested clash throughout between these two great old rivals, with Ireland kicking off the T20 leg of this tour with a big win by 38 runs. Firstly, I'd like you to allow me to introduce you to my presentation party across to my left, starting with Mr. Akbar Mohammed Pakhtinyar, who's the commercial manager for the Afghan Cricket Board, joined by Miss Elodie Fumi, who's the marketing manager for Ding. Next to Elodie is Mr. Anand Rai, a global director of Hedge and Sachs. And finally, Mr. Abdullah Khan Pakhtani, who is a media specialist for the Afghan Cricket Board. You're all very welcome, guys. Great to have you alongside me here. So before we get into the presentation, we need to give a huge thank to all of our sponsors for this tour who've made it all possible, starting with Etisalat Afghanistan, also Super Cola, then Bank Milli Afghan and Hedge Sachs for their valuable contribution of our great sport. Now, we've got 3 awards to give out, and we'll also hear from both captains, including a new award for this T20 series. And our first award will be presented for the stylish player of the match by Mr. Abdullah Khan Pakhtani, who's the media specialist for the ACB. They're going to receive a cheque for 25,000 Afghani, and his return to Irish colours today after a few months out since the Zimbabwe tour for the brilliant bowling spell. He finished with 3 for 18 from his 4 overs. It goes to Ireland's Josh Little. So Josh will receive his award and that cheque for 25,000 Afghani, and I'm sure he'll give us a big smile for the cameras as well, Josh, as always. Thank you, Joshua. Away. And now our second award is a new one for the T20I series, and it's going to be presented by Mr. Anand Rai, the Global Director for Hedge and Sachs. It is for the biggest 6-hitter of the day. They're going to receive a cheque for 40,000 Afghanis, and it actually goes to the top scorer of the day, who was outstanding in his innings of 56. He hit 2 sixes. It goes to Ireland's Harry Tector. So Harry will receive his cheque for 40,000 Afghanis from Mr. Anand Rai, and a photo, of course, as well. Now, our major award, as always, is for the player of the match. They're going to receive a cheque and a trophy. And this one, well, there was a bit of conjecture up in the commentary box about this. It was a split decision because there was marvellous performances all throughout the evening from Harry Tector, who we've just seen, Rashid Khan on his return to international cricket, Josh Little too, and Barry McCarthy in the wickets again. But it goes to a man with his career best figures in the green of Ireland. He finished with 4 for 20 with his leg spin. The player of the match, it's Ireland's Ben White. And they're first going to receive the cheque for 50,000 Afghani from Miss Elodie Fumi, the marketing manager for Ding. And the awards don't finish there for Ben. He's also going to receive the Player of the Match trophy to be presented by Mr. Akbar Mohammed Pakhtinyar, the commercial manager for the ACB. You can hold both in the trophy, Ben. And a photo as well, Ben. Now, Whitey, if you come up and have a chat with me too, that'd be great. Ben, up you come here, mate. Firstly, many congratulations. Your best ever figures in the green of Ireland. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, amazing. Just really nice to contribute to a good team performance, and yeah, be real clear with my plans, and yeah, it's really nice.
Does it even mean a bit more to you, given you're coming back from that nasty injury? It was a stress fracture of the back you've had, and back into action and immediate success.
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty of time spent in the ice-cold North County, but yeah, no, it's just really nice to be back out here with the lads and being able to contribute, as I said before.
I have to ask you, it was a bit of a contentious game at points out there. Tempers got flared here and there. It was all in good spirit, all's well that ends well?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to respect the umpire's decision and just get on with it, I guess.
Did it make the wickets that followed that really close call all the sweeter, though?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it was brilliant. Nice to take a few and contribute again. Yeah, it was really nice.
Ben, a marvellous start to the T20I series. You've got a player of the match and indeed a cheque to go with it. Very well done.
Thanks very much.
Okay, delighted. Ben White with the player of the match and that cheque for 50,000 Afghani. Okay, next I'd like to call upon the captain of Afghanistan, who'll be interviewed by my co-commentator, Ahmed Fadai. Rashid Khan, up you come.
नडीवार क्रिकेट तराऊ गरजेदले राशिद खान और रातक सरम वो हैट्रिक ता जान बराबर काढियो च जादू दा
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम د خاص یادونه ده خو درې څلور میاشتې لږې سختې وې په دې چې د ملا عملیات نه وروسته راتلل لږ مشکل خو بیا هم خپل خواري محنت و او همدې ورځې و چې ځان به تیارو او بیا به ښه ځلیږو.
ټف لک 950 باندې 15 وکټ غورځېدلې وې یو نوي نور پکار و 15 وکټ پاتې وې تاسو پاتې وې محمد نبی هلته و اعجاز احمدزی ننګیال خروټی پاتې و تاسو فکر کوئ چې دا سکور چیز کېده؟
شارجه وکټ کې همیشه 150 160 ښه رنزونه وي خو که سټارټ درته ښه میلاو شي بدبختانه زموږ اول 15 رنزو کې 3 وکټې لاړې په T20 کې چې سټارټ درته ښه نه نو بیا لږ مشکل یې ریکوري خو بیا هم کوشش وکړه چې څومره هم کولی شو ځوانه لوبډله ده دوی به د سختو نه تیر ورځې بیا هغې نه وروسته به یې ښه لوبغاړي جوړوي کوشش به کوو چې را روانه لوبه کې ښه وځلیږو او کوم غلطیان یې په دې لوبه کې کړي دي هغه بل میچ کې ونه کړو.
مخکینی سیریزونه مو 2-1 د پاکستان په خلاف بیا وروسته 2-1 د اماراتو په خلاف وګټل راتلونکي دوه لوبې څنګه ګورئ؟
کوشش وکړو د خیره چې ښې لوبې وکړو ښه لوبه ترسره کړو او که رزلټ هغه خوا یې دې خوا نو دومره سوچ په ورته نه کړو خو زموږ از ټیم به دا کوشش وي چې هلته میدان کې ښه وځلیږو کوم زموږ ریسپانسبلټي ذمهواري ده هغه په سر واخلو او اخره پورې ویسو.
آیرلینډ څنګه لوبه وکړه نن؟
واقعا ښه لوبه یې وکړه څنګه دوی په میډل اورډر کې موږ لږ ریسارټ کړه خو بیا هم ټیکټر چې کوم لوبه وکړه اخره پورې اننګز ویوړو یو هدف یو نیم سل ته ورسول او بیا هغې نه وروسته هغوی بولینګ نو واقعا ښه لوبه یې وکړه همدا و چې لوبه یې هم وګټله.
ډیره مننه ټف لک ښه وخت د راتلونکو لوبو لپاره. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Rashid Khan, who we talked about where the game went wrong. It was the initial early wickets that Afghanistan lost, but the series is still there. Looking forward to bring in a strong comeback for the next two matches. I will now call upon the Irish skipper and I'll ask my co-commentator to please take over.
G'day, Sterlo. Great to be with you. You must be delighted, elated with what was a wonderful performance in all three facets, bat, ball and in the field.
Yeah, really happy. Look, we asked for that energy and we got the results today. It was a fantastic performance, a real team performance, and we're really delighted with the win.
It's no mean feat beating Afghanistan. I know it's not necessarily their home soil, but they play a huge amount of cricket here at Sharjah in particular. How big a win is this?
It's huge. Like they're a massive team. I think particularly their bowling attack, it's pretty special. So to get over the line, we'll take that. But we know it's a build up from now. We've got a big 2 months ahead. We've got a big week coming up with 2 more matches. So we've got to put this behind us again and see if we can win a series, because it'll probably only get tougher, and we'll expect Afghanistan to keep improving as well.
It understandably got a little bit animated out there, some sort of very close decisions at points. Can you just talk us a little bit through some of that? And there was certainly, you were talking to the two Afghan batters at one point, you didn't feel they should have run that third run?
Yeah, look, I think people want to watch good cricket and it's competitive and passion boils over sometimes, and I think anyone on the ground appreciated how much we take it seriously and how much we want to win, and I think we saw that out there today. Both sides going at each other. We've had a great history playing against Afghanistan over the last decade or so, and another great game today between the two sides.
Finally, any particular standouts? Obviously Ben White, the player of the match, but you had so many good performers tonight. Josh Little and Barry McCarthy with the ball, exceptional. And then Harry Tector in that final over, that partnership with Mark Adair. I think they put on 42 off the last 18 balls. That might have been the winning of the match.
Look, I think we have to perform at our best to win games, and I think that's what happened with the team performance. You know, we've always had outstanding individual performances that might not quite get you over the line, but I think it would be a disservice to mention people individually. I think as a team we performed so brilliantly, and that's where we want to be. I think if that's the line we're at, we want to try and pass that as often as we can.
Really appreciate you talking to us as always. Want to congratulate you and your team. You're exceptional tonight.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's Paul Sterling, a delighted Irish captain. Remember, this is just the first T20I of 3. The second one's going to be in 2 days' time. It's all to play for. That's going to wrap it up from here in the post-match presentation.
Well, we've had the first game of 3 in the international series of T20 cricket, and Ireland have been victorious. Ireland 149 for 6 it was. Tector was superb with his 56 not out of 34. And Rashid 3 for 19. He picked up 2 for 16 on debut as well in this format. Afghanistan reply 1-1-1. Ishak was the leading scorer with 32, but they fell apart. It was a very poor performance really from Afghanistan. Ireland will be delighted with the way they went about it. White picked up 4 for 20, Little 3 for 18, McCarthy a couple, and Ireland winning by 38 runs and of course lead the series 1-0 at the moment. So that's the first game. We've got 2 more games to come, of course, so that's not going to be too far away. The next one's in a couple of days' time. We'll obviously look at that when we finish our discussion about this first one. I've got a couple of blokes on side to chat to, Niall and also Tino. Righto, Tino, let me go to you for starters. How do you reflect on that?
Wow, what a wonderful performance from Ireland. The way they brought themselves back into the series, I thought a battering in the ODIs, and it was going to be very difficult for them with little time in between to pick themselves up. But I thought asked to bat first there, 149 good numbers, because 145 has only ever been chased twice here. So once they had done that, I thought they had just G'd up the camp, and I thought what a wonderful effort with the ball, early wickets, great catches in the field, and wonderful cocktail for a victory in T20 cricket.
And now you'll be delighted, of course.
I am. I thought it was a good game of cricket. I really did. I thought coming to the ground tonight we're going to get a good game. I thought Ireland really up for it after a disappointing ODI series, as Tina mentioned. A couple of new faces. Sometimes, Hazy, I think when you get a couple of new faces, you just reinvigorate.
Bit of energise.
Yeah, exactly right. And there was a lot of energy. The game was played in a good spirit, but sometimes it was just boiling over the edge a little bit, but I like that. I like that in a bit of T20 cricket, a bit of aggression and a lot of emotion. Actually, I saw a lot of emotion on the Ireland faces at the back end and throughout the innings. So it was a good game of cricket. Ireland played well in phases. It wasn't a complete performance, but Tina's right. 149 in Sharjah. You take that every day of the week.
Right now we're going to go through some of the performances. Let's start with Josh Little, 3 for 18. He's a big addition to this lineup.
Yeah, he's their kind of, you know, their marquee player, really. He sat out the ODIs to prepare for the IPL. He gets the ball to swing. That's a beauty. That is a really top class. You're looking at all the best left armers in the world would love that ball. Came back at the back end. It wasn't his best ball, but he bowled a good pace. He swung the ball. I like Hazy. When I see Josh Little with a new ball, swing the ball back, give it a chance to swing. He had good success here during the ILT20. He was man of the match on this venue, and he pitched the ball up again. And he's a nice foil for Mark Adair. Mark Adair is, you know, a bit of swing bowler, a little bit of guile, and then Josh Little a bit more aggressive.
And that ball that when he got his second wicket was a beauty. It swung nice and late. But go to the spinners. The spinners had a bit of say in today's game. Ben White, 4 for 20.
Outstanding performance, career best from him, and it was good to see even later on with the dew that he managed to get the ball to turn. Of course, that one was an outstanding catch on the boundary. Couple taken on the boundary, but it's because Afghanistan lost some wickets and they had to try and get on with things. But I thought that was an absolute beauty. Nice loop. That was the final one that he got to get Muhammad Nabi, but I thought a really good performance from him on a pitch that probably didn't quite take spin, a bit later this evening as opposed to in the earlier innings.
A googly bowler, really. You know, if you look at all his dismissals, really out the back of the hand, googly, and not a big turner. He's 6'4", I think, so driving the ball into the surface. Afghanistan, though, how they played spin, when they play Rashid Khan and Mujib and all these guys in the nets, to play a spinner that's not really turning the ball so poorly, that'll be Jonathan Trott will be a bit disappointed, I think.
At one stage it looked like Ireland weren't going to get to 130. It looks like they're going to maybe get that far, but then one of their players, Tector, was just outstanding at the end, involved in a magnificent partnership. But his numbers overall, 56 off 34 balls, with a strike rate of 165.
Yeah, and look at the shots, Hazy. We spoke, about 5 or 6 hours ago on this surface. We spoke, how do you play on this pitch? You play strong cricket shots. You don't get funky. You hit through the line, bang, down the ground, good technique, good power. This will be, you know, over the leg side. The bat speed, Hazy, is really impressive. He's added power to his game. He never had this power. When he first came on the T20 scene, he didn't have that power, and that was a little wave to his girlfriend, Gabby Lewis. I gave him a bit of stick, but he's been away for 10 weeks. He's been away from Ireland for 10 weeks. So to still have that drive, the hunger, you know, the discipline to go out. I said to you that he just wants to be the best player Ireland have ever produced. Girlfriend's in town, 50, and 4 catches. Oh, good night.
Good on Gabby, actually, to make that little move out.
Yeah,
fantastic.
love it.
It's probably why we're seeing those results from Tector in the last couple of weeks.
Just quietly, I mean, why? How come how has he added that power? What's he done?
Well, I reckon he's put on a bit of bait, a bit of beef. You know, he came from kind of school and university, and I reckon he's put on a bit of work in the gym. When you become a professional cricketer, You know, you train, you get your training. What do you say, me? I've put on a bit of timber.
I didn't say that. I wasn't saying that.
Yeah, I need to get in the gym, is what you're saying. Accepted.
Right, let's move on to Afghanistan. Rashid Khan, great to see him back. He did beautifully with his wickets, picked up 3.
Yeah, he affected the game straight away, didn't he? Got the wicket of his opposite number, who was looking quite good. I thought that was quite a poor shot from Curtis Camper, especially after the way he played the other evening. And then Delaney was at a stage where he needed to try and get on with things. Great catch on the boundary once again. I thought the fielding in general tonight was very, very good from everybody. Yeah. But Rashid Khan, he did exactly what you'd expect from him coming back into the side, led the team. You could see at the post-match they're very disappointed by the way the team went and the result they got. So you can expect a lot more from them. I think we might see Mujib in that first 11 in the next game as well.
He wasn't the only spinner to get wickets. What about Karote Kid?
Yeah,
he was brilliant.
We love him, don't we? We love him. He's a top-class operator. He's young, obviously a young kid making his debut today. We saw him in the ODI. He's very impressive. He's very calm. He's very composed. That's a beauty. Driving the ball into the surface. We spoke hazy on air. He's generally just driving the ball into the surface, trying to bowl really fast and seeing the surface gives us something. If it turns, great. If it doesn't go straight on, I think Ireland didn't play him that well, but I'd be very impressed. I think he's an excellent addition. You know, he's given Mujib and these other guys a bit of run for the money there for that place in the 11.
And just briefly, I mean, this sets up this 3-match series beautifully.
Outstandingly. I think about that next game, and to me, I think that teams need to bat first here. And I say that because, Hazy, it's an 8 p.m. start. Yes, a little bit more due a bit later, but I don't think it's making that much of a difference. I look at it like 20 overs, especially on a pitch like today that's been used 2 times already in the series. You want to go out there and you want to make sure that you get runs on the board, put the team batting second under pressure. So, I mean, as you say, it sets up the series really nicely. Afghanistan have got to come out the blocks and make sure that they level it in the next one.
No, you want to add to that?
I disagree. I think you want to chase on this. This ground is soaking wet.
Strange for you to disagree, but go on.
No, I just think because of the dew factor, and Afghanistan didn't bat well. I'm sure Afghanistan. I think Ireland would like to chase. I think Ireland would love to chase with the ball sliding on, maybe not turning so much. So we'll see on Sunday.
Let's see on Sunday.
Will it be Tino? Will it be Niall? Who knows?
We'll all be here, 3 of us and a couple of boys up there in the comm box. Tino and Niall, thanks so much for your thoughts. Good on you guys. Right, so let me just give you the details about this game coming up. This is the next one. It is the second one, the second of 3, 17th. Coverage starts at 7:40 p.m. And, of course, that's going to be live from this stadium. Afghanistan are going to be hurting, and they're going to be looking to fire up and making sure it's going to be 1-1 going into the third one as well. That'll be the plan, I'm sure, from Afghanistan. Thanks for being with us today. Hope you enjoyed it. There was plenty of action. We'll catch you then. Good night. What a performance from Ireland. Batting first, 149 at one stage. It looked like they're going to get 130, but a terrific performance by Tector. Ended up with 56 not out off 34 deliveries to get to that 149. Rashid, 3 for 19. Karote, 2 for 16 on debut as well. And Afghanistan in reply, just 1-1-1. So this is an amazing victory for Ireland. Ishak picked up some runs with 32. White got 4 for 20. He was the player of the match too, by the way. Little 3 for 18. And McCarthy picked up a couple. And Ireland win by 38 runs and lead the series 1-0. So a great performance by Ireland. And they'll be very fired up to win the next one as well, I'm sure. But the highlights today were terrific. I hope you enjoyed them. We'll catch you next time. Good night.